Hey everyone, I just wanted to put a video up here because there's still people when you go into quarantine or if you're not at school for some reason, but you still want to do your work and still want to stay up with the class. I know some people are starting to lose the idea of like where to go or just don't know where to go. So I want to show you how my class is set up, where you find it, and what you should work on, and just little tidbits about my class because unfortunately, I know at this time every class is a little different about where they put stuff, but I'm just going to step you through where you're going to find my stuff. So say you logged in today. Now, I'm going to just do it on psychology. So if you're reading this in your cultural studies or you're a U.S. history student of mine, that's totally fine. It's the same concept. Still the same place I want you to go. So if you can just follow this, yes, it's psychology now, but you're going to click the same buttons. You're going to go to the same place, okay? So when you are here, of course, and this is what you guys would look like. So if you log in, if you go to your courses and you're in my psychology class or you're in my cultural studies class or you are in my U.S. history class, you got to go to the main page. You got to go to the page of that class, okay? When you come here, all right, I try to put deadlines on it. Sometimes I forget. But don't just go off what the deadlines are, because if I forget, then I see as you not doing anything and then you fall behind. So what you need to do when you get in here, hit plans, okay? Always go to plans. Plans. I think it's the easiest way to do it, okay? Now, when you go to it, you can see it in many different ways. I think this is the easiest way to do it. Go down to this little drop-down bar right here, okay? And you're going to come down to the topic and always look for the week and the date of that week. If you don't know the date of that week, look it up on your computer or look it up on your handy-dandy phone. That will tell you your date, all right? Then I wanted you to go to that week. So this would have been last week, week 8. I will have week 9 up, but you will click on that week, okay? When you click on that week, it will take you to what you need to do that week, okay? Sometimes I have in here descriptions, but most of the time when you click on this is where you will find the description and where it goes into more detail about what you need to accomplish, okay? So usually I say it's homework on there that you need to do. Anything in this week, you do not have to ask me when things are due, because if I have it that week, it's going to be due that week, okay? So these are everything, every time, no matter what class you're in. If there's stuff on there, don't be like, oh, when's things due? It's due that week, okay? That's why it says this date. Everything is due by the end of that week, because I need to know that you are not falling behind and where I need to help you at if you are falling behind. So make sure that everything is due that week, all right? So I'm always going to put it in the order that you have it. Thing up on top is the first thing I want you to do. Thing on the bottom is the second, middle, whatever. It's just going to go down the line, and that's the order I want you to do things. All right? When you click on it, let's say I'm starting this Monday morning. I just logged in. I'm going to click on the first thing I see here. All right? And what I see is going to look like this, and it's going to tell me, well, this deadline is passed because it was last week, but you can still turn it in. All right? So I look at it. And I will say in this section, you'll be learning, I'll usually have a little description about what's going on in that section. And I will have a step-by-step what you need to accomplish. Okay, so 1, what you should do. All right, 2, what you should do. And 3, what you should turn in. So I'll have step-by-step. Some of them might be 6 steps. Some of them might be 2 steps. Okay, just make sure that you're doing it what you need to do. All right, when you go and click on it, it should be able to download. When you click on Answer Assignment, here's where you can add the file that you might have had. Sometimes it will show the file and then you get to fill in on that when you answer it. So what I want you to answer, and then you hit submit and it goes that way. Otherwise, if it's something like, hey, answer these questions, when you hit submit, it'll be right here. So here I'd be like, okay, you wanted me to answer question number 1, and I go and I can answer it to the best that I can. All right, so I answer it like that, all right? Okay, so that's one, or you add your file. So if you want to answer your information in here, if it's simple questions and you're like, I can't figure out how to put the files in, then just answer it that way, okay? And then you hit submit. If you don't hit submit, I don't get it, all right? So make sure you hit submit, otherwise it just says open, and then I never actually get it from you. So just letting you know, but that's where I want you guys to go. So that's how my classroom is set up. That's the way it will look like. Always go to plans and always find the information there. Okay. If you have any questions, send me an email. I know some people have sent me a message here. It does, bear with me. It gets really difficult when I get emails, when I get messages here. People turning things in the way they're supposed to. People turning things in up here. All right, on this, on messages, and then people turn in email too. So if you're like, hey, Mr. E, you said I didn't do this, but I emailed you, just remind me. You don't have to be rude about it. There's just so many ways that people are sending me stuff, and I can't keep track of all of it. So just help me out with that. Just be like, hey, I sent that to you. You can just check, and I'll check, and I'll make sure it's all good. All right. So thanks, and hopefully this helps a little bit as you guys move forward or as you come in and out of my classroom. But hopefully you stay in my classroom. Okay. So have a good one. Stay safe and stay well.